If you cast your mind back before the announcement of Xbox One, it would be hard to conceive just how things would fall apart with Xbox. The Duke controller, the Master Chief, the live parties, a very refined platform for the Western gamer, years of dwindling sales, less exclusive games, increasing cost of consoles at the end of its lifespan. I think we're witnessing the end of Xbox as we know it. The direction it's going is unlike Nintendo or PlayStation. Hi, I'm Obsessing Again. I'm not here to review, I'm here to deep dive. You name it, I've probably got an opinion on it.
The Duke wasn't a small controller.
You had to have gorilla hands to work with this thing.
Xbox, a console that flourished in online gameplay with great first-party shooters, an aesthetically powerful looking console unit with an even more striking controller. Whilst sales wouldn't be able to catch up with the established PlayStation 2 and its CD, DVD disc drive, it gave PlayStation competition. The Nintendo GameCube might have been powerful, but for playing third-party games it was probably third in the race. Microsoft used this generation as the building blocks. 4 brief years on the market, and then the Xbox 360 came out, easily the most contested generation between Microsoft and Sony. Whilst the Wii was running laps around both manufacturers, the Xbox was an easier console to develop for, games typically performed better, so it was the better value proposition than a PlayStation 3 for the average consumer, unless you were a die-hard Blu-ray fan. The Wii would launch a year later than the Xbox, running to the hills, recruiting every family member from children to grandmas, marvelling at Wii Sports and Mario Kart.
Brand is on the line, the Microsoft name's on the line.
It's insane to launch a game console.
When you're Microsoft, you made freaking Windows in a spreadsheet.
It was chaotic.
Chaos. Total chaos.
It's come to this strange point in gaming where we're seeing a major console phase itself out of the competition. The days of console wars between Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo have been dwindling for some time, but it seems Xbox is actively shifting away from this narrative. 2013 was the definitive year that PlayStation had surpassed Xbox in the most surprising of ways. E3, a pillar of game announcements, was the biggest stage for the reveal of the next generation consoles and upcoming games. While ahead of its time, Xbox wanted to be the hub for all media and gaming. The emphasis on media over gaming proved to be the most costly mistake for the Microsoft company. As PlayStation came to the stage, the emphasis on games would be the easiest home run a company could ask for. Launching at a lower price, with more first-party games in the pipeline, and no confusion over buying and selling games, this stumbling block would be enough to throw Xbox off.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
PlayStation.
Console wars were tribal, contentious subjects like supporting a team, voting with your wallet for a number of reasons. At the launch of Xbox One, though PlayStation had lots of mascots, Xbox had amassed a fan base for having the more powerful and better integration for the console player. With their online play, games are easy to develop for. Over the coming years, these groups of players would migrate to PlayStation and PC. After all, with only the Forza series in strong standing, the average consumer could get the same third-party games with a handful of very strong exclusive games, so no-brainer. Having committed to this media hub at launch, with voice commands from Kinect, their own strategy and pipeline of upcoming games, as an outsider, it would seem apparent that Xbox should have started focusing on games and, more importantly, their first-party titles. In the coming years, PlayStation would lead in experiences exclusive to the PlayStation 4. The Last of Us, Uncharted, Death Stranding, Gran Turismo, God of War and Spider-Man. It's debatable, but this era, I believe, PlayStation were at their best. Less than a year after launch, like a knight in shining armour, Phil Spencer came in to not only steady the ship, but for now have the ship pointed in the right direction. And as the 8th generation of consoles continued, Xbox's dominance from the previous generation didn't. Poor performing games fell by the wayside as the Japanese rivals would dominate game awards with impressive accolades. Nearing the end of this console generation was the beginning of the end for the Xbox we know. Game Pass is an interesting subject. For a consumer, I would liken to Game Pass as Pandora's box, a subscription almost too good to be true, an extensive library of games, in particular Xbox exclusives, for a small monthly fee in comparison to purchasing a AAA game. You may have picked up on my pessimistic tone, and you'd be right. I've been a subscriber, I played the new Indiana Jones on my Series X, so what's wrong? My core belief is this isn't a sustainable business model. If you look at the data, more subscribers year on year in the millions. By this metric, this is a major success. What's difficult to gauge is with the big spending on acquisitions, it's difficult to really know if it is a success. The Game Pass, the Xbox exclusives, or should I say, the now owned Xbox games, it's difficult to understand the amount of money that's even funding the development in the first place. First-party games are the unique selling point for companies to make you commit and buy into their own ecosystem. Nintendo easily has the most compelling argument for the mass audience, then PlayStation, followed by Xbox. As I mentioned earlier, console wars was stemmed from who you vouched for and what they provided. Fast forward to this generation, Forza, Gears of War have moved on to PlayStation. With Halo, it seems inevitable it will be a PlayStation game, which is inconceivable, but it's going in that direction. First-party games sell ecosystems, and when consumers commit, investing time and money into a system, it's difficult to leave. But the real reason why you clicked on this video is the more topical news. Price increases to Series S and X. Political tariffs can play a large part, but sure, there's more to it. Xbox stated increasing development costs and market conditions. Sure, inflation's hitting every country and every industry. Price hikes have been reflected in Nintendo recently, but in some way, Nintendo can do it. Whether you agree with them or not is a different matter, but they are launching a follow-up console to one of the most successful consoles of all time. And to further add, a group of first-party games with some selling millions more than Call of Duty does on multiple platforms. My concern and confusion with this is Microsoft are in the money. Taking a minor hit over consoles that are coming up to 5 years old isn't going to break the bank. In some ways, I think Microsoft are unfazed by this. I believe they are thinking about a drastic shift in the upcoming console generation that will shift completely away from physical consoles as we know it. Hardware, performance, controllers, these were crucial elements to the success of a console. All three key manufacturers have innovated, redesigned, but the Series S and X is the most evident example of playing it safe. This is epitomised in the controller. It's fine. It's a refined product, I suppose. If it's not broken, don't fix it. It's inoffensive, but demonstrates they aren't interested in innovation. They want to attract the average consumer, the one who plays a handful of games, a player who seeks convenience, a consumer who won't be outraged by steelbook cases, a consumer who sees gaming as streaming. If streaming games using cloud-based technology as years go by, there will be less need to have physical large boxes by your TV or next to your PC. Marketing for Xbox in November 2024 was trying to redefine what an Xbox is, that an Xbox can be anything played anywhere. Cloud gaming is a promising future, and sure, Microsoft have the financial gain and technology to support this more so than Sony, but raising the cost of games to $80, consoles by more, might be a step too far. If they continue going down this path, they could see more rivalry with Netflix and PlayStation. As they've gobbled up all these studios to make games, doesn't equate to better games. For Netflix, their subscription model is in retention, by new content mostly. People won't continue to subscribe to the Master Chief Collection, and with how long it can be to make these AAA experiences is when a model like Game Pass could fall off, and so too could Xbox. They have proved in the last decade they struggled to internally build games to the success of their peers, but if they have the cash to acquire capable studios, maybe this Game Pass, cloud gaming, will be the biggest payoff the gaming industry has ever seen. Thank you for letting me obsess again.